안녕하세요. 오토캐스트 정윤철입니다. 저는 오늘 이 르노삼성 XM3 행사장에 다시 한번 왔어요. 이번 이 XM3 디자인 프로젝트를 지휘한 치프 디자이너 라파엘 리나리 디자이너님을 만나러 왔습니다. 저번 토요일에 왔을 때 잠깐 인터뷰를 하긴 했는데 그때 워낙에 정신없고 그런 상황이라서 좀 제가 묻고 싶은 것들을 제대로 묻지를 못했었어요. 근데 다시 한번 이런 인터뷰를 할 수 있는 자리가 마련이 돼서 정말 영광입니다. 그런 만큼 오늘은 이 디자인에 대해서 정말 많은 이야기를 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. We met on Tuesday this week, and at that time we talked a little bit about the design, but it was so busy and crowded we cannot have conversation that much. So it is very honored to meet you again here. So could you introduce yourself to the audience of this show?
So 안녕하세요. Nice to meet you. My name is Raphael Nari. I'm in charge of the Renault Design Center Seoul. It's the design studio of Renault we have in Korea. This design studio is part of a network of 6 design studios. Basically, we have one design studio in France, the main one. Then we have one in Central Europe. We have one in Brazil, one in India, one in China, and one in Korea. So we are here to support a project for RSM brand, but we are also participating to a core Renault project.
And how long have you lived in Korea?
3 years.
3 years. I know that you lived in Paris and Moscow for a while. And how do you like this Seoul city as a place you live?
It's a very good question. We really like it. It was a cultural shock for me at the beginning because coming from Russia was very, very different. But we were really interested to have experience in Asia, and I think Korea was the best way to discover Asia.
Oh,
So we are very happy.
to be here.
Yes, exactly.
So I'd like to know a little bit more about the 르노삼성 Design Studio Seoul. Is the studio only for the 르노삼성 design, or is it for the all the global brands underneath the 르노 group like Dacia, Lada, or Alpine?
So Renault Design Center Seoul is a studio where we can do a complete design process. We can start from the very first little sketch to the production final stage. So we can do the whole design process in our studio. This is a strength for our team. We are here to support all the design activities that are needed for the RTK, Renault Technical Center, that we have in Kyong. But we are also here to support any kind of design project that could come from the corporate brand from Renault. This is why sometimes we work for Alpine, sometimes we can work also for Dacia and of course for Renault Europe. And we are also sometimes supporting some project for China. So it's kind of a very diverse and different kind of project that is, as a designer, is very exciting.
Great. Now the XM3.
Yes.
So it's been a while since 르노삼성 launched a new model last time. It's very impressive because this car is such a unique category, because this is I would say SUV style sedan or coupe style SUV. It seems the market reaction is really positive right now, and it's really good thing to 르노삼성. And how do you feel about the reaction?
You know, as a Renault-Samsung Motors, we need to be different. We need to have a different approach on this market to stand out. So being different is also to propose different concept, new concept to the Korean customers. XM3 is the best alternative to C sedan and B SUV, because from the C sedan we offer the elegance, we offer the comfort, the practicality. And from the B SUV, we offer the sturdiness, the elevated position that a lot of customers are getting used to. So it's this kind of interesting blend that is creating this new concept. And the profile, the elegance profile, is kind of a premium profile, premium silhouette. This is what we try to offer to the Korean customer today.
By the way, I always feel some kind of irony when I see this kind of fastback SUVs because I think what attracts me is a big cargo space and
Yeah.
really tough, robust image of SUVs. However, when the first fastback SUV came out to the market, every people really like it a lot. What makes this fastback SUV so appealing to the customers, do you think?
We've tried to find the good harmony between elegance and practicality. And so you have this nice profile, which is very fuel efficient. It's getting more and more important to be fuel efficient, eco-friendly. And it is true that the profile is a bit faster on the back, but we have tried with a double floor trunk to optimize below the space. We were a bit compromising above. So in the end, you open the trunk and you are very surprised with this double floor how much load capacity you get.
So the magic is inside of the package.
Exactly.
Okay. Basically, this car, XM3 and Renault Arcana, they're both same car, exterior design, but the interior design is so different. Are Renault Arcana and XM3 both on same project or are they developed separately?
In fact, the two cars are pretty different. It is true that what we call the upper body, the bodywork, has the same proportion, the same silhouette. They are very similar. But underneath, it's based on a very high-tech, high-spec platform.
Okay.
So compared to Arcana, this one has a high technology for safety, for comfort, and this is really specific to this car. This car also we had to adapt to the taste of the Korean market. This is why we had to change a little bit of the front, a little bit of the side, and a little bit of the rear on the exterior to make the car more refined, a bit more sophisticated. If you look in the detail, you will see we cured much more the details of this car. Then the interior is completely new for this car. Why? Because we needed an interior much more refined, much more sophisticated. And when you compare the two interiors, there is no comparison. They are really different. And we really hope that the Korean customer feels this research of refinement, of quality and sophistication.
You said about the interior design. It looks very modern, simple, and really easy to use. And I really like the materials, soft and delicate. But one thing that I want more is color. Because when I see the color scheme, it's a little bit too monochrome to me. Because this car targets young buyers.
Yes.
So it will be better to have some kind of accent colors, except for that ambient light.
Yes.
So is there any reason for that toned down color scheme?
Like you said, the ambient lighting gives the choice to the customer to change the harmony, the interior harmony, depending on its taste or his mood. For the launch of the car, we wanted to express quality and something serious and well made. We played with a very fine balance between textures, materials, and all this is with a very nice fit and finish, express quality, sophistication. This is what we wanted to give, this image of serious, interior, qualitative. You saw that we have some deco parts on the IP, on the side.
You mean the pattern?
Yes. This is very easy to change and to adapt to the request of the customer. You will be surprised in the future that we will offer diversity in the future as well.
That's great.
But what was important is to feel quality and sophistication with very nice fit and finish.
Personally, I was very impressed about the proportion of the car, especially the front overhang is extremely short, I think. And the wheelbase is really long. And I really like the high ground clearance. And so are those design elements for off-road driving or is that just for the SUV off-road image of it?
If you take the elegant profile of a sedan, you lift it up and then you put big wheels and side protection. Like I was saying, the customer are getting more and more used to driving in a high position. But in the same time, we didn't want an object to be too blocky, too aggressive, uselessly aggressive. And we've tried to find something fluid, elegant, harmonious with its environment. And I think, yeah, it's a way to be different. It's a way to find a more harmonious design in such elevated package.
And what do you think is the biggest strength of this XM3 comparing to other competitors in the market, like some compact SUVs?
I think this car is for people who don't need to impress the neighbor. It's a car who is for people who is looking for harmony, to blend better in the city, to feel more conscious about the environment, and being refined, being sophisticated, with a good proportion and good stance. You just feel good in the car, and you don't need to be uselessly aggressive.
When you develop this XM3 project, what's the hardest part of the development?
You know, one of the big constraints we have is fuel efficiency today. And for this, you need good aerodynamic, you need to optimize the weight. So there are balanced compromises. As a designer, you always want more and more, but as an engineer, you want to always to reduce more and more to optimize.
Right.
So it's kind of teamwork with the engineering and with the marketing, with the product planning team, to find a balance, an harmony compromise, to make sure this car is fulfilling all the needs of the customer with the most attractive silhouette shape.
I know you have a lot of concept design projects and production design. What do you think is the biggest difference between developing a concept car and a production car?
The concept car is an interesting tool whenever you question yourself what can be the car in 5 or 10 years time from now, what can be the need of the customer in 5 or 10 years time from now. So this is a very exciting exercise which is really stimulating in terms of creativity. But when you work on a production car, you anyway start 4 or 5 years before. So you need to think what's going to be the need in 4 or 5 years.
In the future.
Exactly. What is important is that we make a car that comes at the right moment. This car, being practical, being fuel efficient, with good quality, we believe this is what people are expecting.
This is more like a broad
Yes.
question. So design, which car designers like and which consumers like is not always same. What's your opinion of good car design?
You know, good design is very often based on good proportions. What do we mean by good proportion is the relation between the size of the wheel, the size of the body, the relation between the cabin, the bonnet, etc. We will need 1 hour to explain about a good proportion. What I can say is that XM3 has a very fluid profile, has big wheels, has a short overhang on the front, elegant rear end. So in terms of proportion, in terms of stance, it really looks good. It doesn't look like a thick, narrow car.
Right,
it
right.
looks like wide with a good stance.
It's been quite a while since Renault have this family look to the company vehicles, and I think it's a good time to suggest some refresh to
Yes.
it. And what can you expect in the future of 르노삼성 vehicles?
We will try to optimize the differences between RSM cars and Renault cars in the future, even more. However, whenever you build up a design strategy, you try to be consistent and to feel and to follow this logic throughout the times. You cannot revolution all the time, because the best way to build a good brand image is a bit consistency. So we try to have this kind of evolution approach from one car to another, from one generation to another, trying to make it up to date, trying to be even more attractive. But there must be the link between the generation of cars.
Is there any chance we can expect for 르노삼성 to be just 르노 in the future someday?
All the possibilities are under study. This is not what we are doing at the moment. The Typhoon, this is our emblem. People, they know it for more than 20 years now, and it's very well appreciated. So the awareness of this brand is good, and it's an asset we should not lose.
For the EV, is there any plan for the EV powertrain in the XM3?
This car is based on a high-spec platform, and the good thing about high-spec platform, it gives the choice of technical evolutions. So just wait and see.
Great. I got it. Thank you so much today. Thank you.
감사합니다. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. 이렇게 오늘 라파엘 리나리 치프 디자이너님이랑 인터뷰를 진행을 했어요. 되게 많은 이야기들을 해주시고 제가 예상한 것보다 훨씬 이 XM3 디자인에 대해서 좀 더 심도 있는 그런 얘기를 해주셨는데 저는 오늘 이런 이야기를 들은 이 자리가 굉장히 영광스러운 그런 자리였습니다. 그러면은 앞으로 또 이런 좋은 자리 저희 오토캐스트에서 계속 보여드리겠고요. 오늘은 여기에서 이만하도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.